Flag salute. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Open Public Meetings Act.
Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting was forwarded to the official township newspaper and posted on the bulletin board of the township website on June 13, 2025. This meeting is being videotaped and will be on Channel 9.
Roll call.
Mr. Doyle?
Here.
Mr. Fiorelli?
Here.
Mr. Keenan? Mr. Marsh?
Here.
Mayor Bruno absent.
Motion to open the first public portions for resolutions below.
Make a motion. Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Good afternoon, Harry Kennedy, 1578 Five Mile Road. Glad we snuck out just in time to be here. Some questions in regards to the budget. I noticed that revenue for the budget is less this year than it was last year. For you, Mr. Deputy Mayor.
Robin, can you answer that?
Depends on which revenue item you're looking at.
The first, sheet 1. I'm sorry, sheet 11, Robin. I'll tell you, old eyes. You would have looked a long time to find it on sheet 1.
Yes.
Down the bottom total.
Well, the bottom total will be different. A lot
You'll have
of
it
them
announced,
grants.
you'll have it announced coming during the year for grants. is what you
Right,
said.
right. Last year we had a lot more grants, and that's the total of what we got for the whole year.
Absolutely. So you're in, I mean, although you can't anticipate that revenue in the budget, you as a financial professional, even though the revenue shows up as less on your budget, are expecting that to be supplemented by grants coming in during the year.
Yes, and if not, the grants are always offset on the expenditure side too, so they're always equal.
Right.
So whatever comes in goes
It's a
out,
wash.
so it really doesn't
Right.
affect the on budget.
Thank you. And on that same page, I won't mess you up again, it's still on sheet 11, through you again, Mr. Deputy Mayor, is that the amount to be raised by taxation will be up approximately 70% over last year. Is that the highest increase that we've had in recent years? Or?
Recently, it is a pretty high increase, only because we had our special emergency at the end of last year that we had to raise this year's budget, and people fees regarding that, there were some things we had to add in this year that we didn't require.
Yeah, I mean, historically, and again, you have better information than I do, but historically, 7% was one of the highest numbers I could ever remember. Going to sheet 12, just two anomalies on that page. And again, this will be one near and dear to your heart. The financial increases by about 9% from 115 to 125. Is there any particular reason for that increase, or salary increases? Or?
There's several people in the finance office
sure there are.
that, and contractual increases would always better in the union, plus.
9% still wouldn't be contractual.
Well, yeah, plus there's, that's the
Good.
deputy treasurer,
Okay.
that's the other people in our office.
So 9% is no special anomaly as far as you're concerned. Then we go to the administrator, who's going from 167 to 178. That's approximately 7%. Not gigantic, but more than the norm. We go to sheet 13. There's an increase there from 155 to 298. I think it's for, what is it, for liability? Sheet
14.
Yeah, my sheets might be numbered differently than yours.
You're saying under insurance,
Yeah.
general liability insurance?
Yeah.
That's the GIF.
So you're, but
billing.
you're,
I budget just what they bill us for
Right.
liability and workers' comp.
but that's almost, so your JIF is not up significant. And is the JIF based on the experience that JIF's had with the township? So it's based on what your actual problem areas might be?
Yes.
So a double would say that JIF has now come home to roost in terms of what they're charging. Okay, that's fine. Code enforcement, I noticed, going to sheet 14. It doubled from 20 to 40. Is there any particular reason for that?
What was that? I feel what you said.
I'm sorry. Page 14, code enforcement
code
increased from
enforcement.
20,000 to 40. Again, it's not a gigantic amount, Mr. Marsh. I just wondered why it doubled. You can get back to me later, that's
No, I
fine.
don't mind.
Oh, good.
We had someone that was being partly paid out of a grant.
Oh, okay.
So we sure have to
Great. Liability also on sheet 14. Again, I guess it's a 40% increase there from 289 to 395. And again, I said, yes, the rationale is still the same. You're facing increased legal costs and liability and exposure in many areas. And I'm sure you might be facing it again next year. I'm going to sheet 15A, and this is a no reflection on the police department captain, so please don't take it as such. I have immense respect for the police department. It's a 6% increase. And fine, it's a 6% increase, just note that, all right? Police increased by 6%. A lot of things happen contractually. When you negotiate with the PBA, the costs are greater, so on and so forth. We go to 15C, Health and Human Services. That's a 50% increase. Who, what, why, and where is that? Who is it? What is it?
That's the community center.
For Health and Human Services? We have a separate community service line item.
Yes, but we have community center and health and human services.
Health and Human Services, right.
Right, they're kind of.
They come together?
combined.
Okay.
But, there's the senior busing, bus drivers, those kind of things that are through there. And then we also have the community center, we have the workers, that needs for lunches there, and for the lunch itself.
Okay, fine. So that comes out of Health and Human Services.
Like I said, that's mostly the bus drivers.
Okay.
The traffic come out there.
Good. Now you remember, previously I talked about a 6% increase, which in no way conflates to disapproval in any way. 6% is 6%. But my favorite is we go to sheet 22. We have a shared services agreement with Newfield and with Uniborough. All right. Now remember, the Franklin taxpayer is paying a 6% increase for police costs. Uniborough's costs went up from $1,020,000 to $1,042,000, about a 2% increase. So Franklin Township is now subsidizing to a much greater degree the interlocal agreement with Buna than we were in the past. I don't know who negotiated this agreement. I have my suspicions, but I don't know who negotiated it. If you're going to negotiate an agreement, you probably should have it reflect the actual costs that are borne out by the communities involved. If our costs go up 6%, and Buna's go up 2%, well, we might love Uniborough, and I'm sure they're a wonderful neighbor, but we're not in a position to subsidize it. Have a great high school, I'm sure wonderful teachers, but the police department should not be subsidizing Uniborough. Finally, gentlemen, and again, most of these aren't even anything but comments. They're not criticisms. There are some anomalies in the budget that you, as the experts and your expert in finances, should really take a good look at. But we go to the capital budget. And capital budget, I believe you're doing it for a 6-year period on that capital budget, Madam Treasurer. Well, I mean, in other words, you have $346,000 budgeted for police vehicles, and that expenditure will be made under the capital budget to buy those police cars. And the money for the Public Works Department to buy, I guess, trash trucks and that sort of thing will be budgeted under the capital budget. There's also another one, and again, senior lunch program will be budgeted under capital budget. That's a hell of a lot of freezers.
No, that's from us.
Oh, okay, thank God. I was gonna say, the seniors are great, and most of them hopefully will last long beyond 6 years, but I saw senior lunch budgeted for, $150,000, and it became somewhat,
No, these are only large items.
okay, and most of these will be, how much of it, you'll capitalize it for what? It's $2.98 million that you're capitalizing.
Well, once this is approved, we would have to do a capital ordinance in order to know.
Right.
And then our monitor will give us the useful life of those and how long we put on for.
Right, what's the useful life of a police car?
Usually 5 years.
Really? I wonder how many 5-year police cars are out there. Depending upon how solvent the township was, it used to come out of general funds. And again, Mr. Marsh is much more expert about how long police cars last. But if there's a police car out there for 5 or 6 years, I'm not saying.
Mine lasted 11.
Yeah.
My car lasted 11 years.
Some school buses used to last that year. I'm not saying there aren't exceptions to it, but nah, not really. And hopefully, I guess, again, I know the cost of trash trucks is astronomical, and you're faced with really a tough time getting them, and you'll do the useful life, and we'll see this again in the capital ordinance when you get it. But I'm happy to hear that it was a bust, and that we're not going to be paying for those poor lunches out of the capital funds. And I'm sure that today, as a taxpayer in Franklin Township, 7% increase is significant, gentlemen. You do what you have to do, and you go where you have to go. The only real negative comment I would make in terms of everything, and your liability costs are going through the roof. All right, they're going through the roof for a lot of reasons. I'm sure you can establish why with your attorneys and with your professionals on JIP. But the second thing is, the Franklin Township residents are paying for the best police force in South Jersey at the rate of 6%. And we're happy to do it because they're the best. Well, then damn well Buna shouldn't get it for 2. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sunday marks 3:30 or that. He took away a lot of my questions, believe it or not.
See? It's
I
good.
know. All right. I need to know, what's the average home assessed at? Do you have all that, or if you don't, oh, great, because I usually ask that every year, because that's usually the easiest way for the average homeowner.
So this year's $190,037.
Okay, and what will, so, how it goes with how much are they going to pay, so.
The local tax change, I would probably have it on about $200,000, home will be $99.75
That's what they'll see as an increase?
for just the local tax.
Okay. Well, right, because we don't know what the schools are.
Right.
They haven't given us theirs yet, have they?
No,
Okay, I don't think.
I'm not aware of it. I talked to Mr. Keene. He told me
We
no.
don't know the county yet, because everybody's kind of estimating that. Okay. So right now,
Yeah, he told me
municipal,
he
we're
had the
seeing
school
$100
budget,
increase
yeah.
on it, right? Do you have anything else that you think we should send over? I'd appreciate it, just so I can kind of put that there. I mean, I know that that's usually what most people want to know with this at this point. Let me see what I have, just a second, I'm sorry. Like I said, I took quite a bit of it. I agree actually with him with the Buna and Newfield. I just think that that's out thing that I noticed too.
I think it would be hard to know
You know,
what the
Tim-
increase was going to be X amount of years in advance.
But Tim, let me ask you this, because you were on it the longest. Didn't that like negotiated like 5 years for like a 5-year contract with them?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, and it was increasing each year.
And I believe there's a reassessment clause at a 5-year.
I think the problem is knowing what the increase is going to be
Yeah.
in real life and in the contract 3 years later.
Well, but insurance is going up and the unforeseen, that's the problem that I see is, you're 5 years out. Are they maybe can change that negotiation to something closer, on a year? Because it's very hard to say with the price of the cost and, things go up. That is beyond our control, everything from cars and the things that we have in our own home. It's going to be hard to make this budget work is what I saw, not knowing where, I know my own business. Like we don't know when I've had to make increases because of postal. And and just the, printing fees, those kind of things, which all businesses are faced with, and so with our budget. So I just think that, I don't know, if we can maybe get on a 1 year, I know that sounds hard
What
to
is
do.
it, 3 year you said?
10.
No, but when is
I think in year 5, you'll reassess.
so we're what, 2 years
Okay.
out? So 2 years out, we can reassess it.
Same thing, we've been with JIF forever, years
And
ago.
in 2 years, the police budget could go down 3% that year. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
or not increase by 6 is probably the word I should use.
Yeah,
So-
I know it's hard, Tim. I mean, like I said, when you're in business, it's hard, you have to negotiate for where your contracts are for so much, but it's the other part that's now just getting us between insurances and all that, and I think that, you're gonna see that in every municipality, and it's just gonna be hard to keep a lid on it.
And Robin, I don't mean to
I
put you
don't
on the
know.
spot. Maybe you could email this to me, but just what is the average that JIF, increased per town? I'm sure you don't know that off the top of your head, but I know insurance, homeowners insurance is going up, car insurance is going up. So just how far out of whack we are with the average rate of insurances.
Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thanks, Mark. That's good. I mean, that's pretty much what we all I think have to do. It's the same thing. We're all looking at our own budgets, whether it's our business.
And also, Matt, again, I'm asking questions I know people aren't going to have off the top of their head, but we're saying, for instance, that Buna's paying a 2% increase versus our 6%. Do we know, our splittage of services, how much of our resources are being allocated to our town versus Buna versus Newfield, whereas that might actually be in line, or if it's 50-50, it's obviously not?
So on average, I believe, Jeff can verify this, I believe they have 2 officers assigned to UNA and 1 assigned to Newfield.
So they have 2 and 1, and we have
But the percentage-
37 in total, correct?
Yeah.
But the percentage of it's 6% per head, so there's per dollar.
Yeah.
Still transcend, but they're not getting us 6% of their.
So, Mark, Captain Wiggins said there's 5 officers assigned.
Okay, thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay, motion to close the first public portion?
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve resolution R 9425, resolution to read budget by title only.
Motion R 9425.
Second.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Fiorello?
Yes.
Mr. Marsh?
Yes.
Yes. Motion to introduce R 9525, resolution to introduce the 2025 municipal budget. Summary of general section of budget, municipal purposes with caps, municipal purposes excluding from caps, reserve for uncollected taxes, total general appropriations, less anticipated revenues, local tax for municipal purposes, municipal library tax, and amount to be raised by taxation.
Motion R 9525.
Second.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Fiorello?
Yes.
Mr. Marsh?
Yes.
It's approved. Motion to open the second public portion.
Motion to open a public portion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Seeing nobody, motion to close the second public portion.
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Committee reports? Mr. Marsh, anything? Summer?
Not yet.
Mark?
Just waiting on HVAC improvements at the library, waiting on parts to come in.
Yeah. When it's 100 degrees, people ask about the air conditioning.
So they were out there today, they did get 1 of the 2 units up and running. We also were able to notice the issue with the children's section, that we were able to fix and get up and running, and they're working on the lobby portion, it's the only one that's not running at this point.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Then the temporary fans and stuff going, and hopefully it gets fixed soon. I have nothing to add. So motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.